Welcome to Experian Exchange, featuring exclusive interviews with all the latest news and insights with Experian's business leaders. AI is changing the way businesses and consumers interact with data, from automation to personalization to fraud prevention. But with great power comes great responsibility. So how do you build AI agents that are not just smart, but trusted? Well, joining me to discuss this today is Jack Yu, Director at Experian's North America Data Labs. Jack, welcome to the program. Great to have you with us.
Pleasure to be here.
So Jack, as the Director of Experian's North America Data Labs, I really want to hear, what are your top priorities when it comes to using AI responsibly in today's business landscape?
Yes. So at the Data Lab, we have one singular goal, which is to take advantage of the latest cutting-edge technology in AI, but to do it within the confines of our industry and to do it responsibly, safely, so that our clients, our consumers can all benefit.
So it's about really developing the most cutting-edge technology, but doing it with privacy, trust, integrity in place, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to stay on the technological frontier. We want to take advantage of these things, and we want to do things that other people may not have even thought of doing. But at the same time, we know that trust is the absolute necessity before any adoption can take place. So we have to do it in a responsible way.
Absolutely. And look, there are a lot of organizations out there that are looking at AI agents that are becoming increasingly common, right, in the business landscape. How could they effectively manage and integrate them into their operations?
Del, that's a fantastic question. And look, the reality is all of our clients are trying to figure out how to interact with AI agents today. How do you trust it? How do you manage it? How do you make sure it's doing what they're supposed to? I think it's part discovery problem, it's part, and it's also part of buy or build problem, right? You have a problem within your organization that you want to solve. You have to first evaluate: do I have the capability to solve it? Do I have the resources, the experience to solve it? And if I don't, do I go out and bring something in to integrate it? And this process is non-trivial, right? Because we're all doing this for the first time. We're all trying to figure this out. That's where we could potentially come in, because we have done all the homework for you. We've built solutions, and we've asked ourselves all these questions of how to do it. And now we're in the next step and the next phase of rolling these solutions out so that our consumers and our clients can benefit from everything that we've learned in our more than a decade of experience.
So tell me what you've learned. I mean, how have you used AI agents to manage and integrate into operations? Tell me a bit more about that.
So we built Experian Assistant. And Experian Assistant is a real-time conversational assistant that unlocks powerful analytics capabilities. And we've actually also integrated this with our Ascent platform so that our clients and our users can query data, validate models, all in real time and using natural language. I think that's the key part, which is the technology of these assistants really unlock the capabilities for you to get from data to insight quickly. And you don't even have to be a domain expert. You don't have to be a data scientist. The product folks, the business folks, they can all use this tool to get to insights, and now we've made it faster.
So there are many different types of AI agents emerging out there. What types of roles do they play? How do they differ?
And that's a great question. So when people typically talk about AI agents, you're probably thinking about the flashy ones, the ones that you see, the ones that are doing the work. But there's actually a lot more to that story behind the scenes. And what I mean by that is, at Experian, we focus on 3 categories of AI agents. The first of which is obviously the worker agents. These are the executors. They're the ones that complete the tasks. Pretty straightforward. The second is the orchestration agents. These are our traffic controllers, right? They figure out which agents talk to whom, when, and how. And third, and perhaps that's the most important layer, which is these are the governance agents. These are the sentinels. These are our watchers. They oversee from above, and they detect any anomalous behavior, they flag it, and they have the ability to shut things down. So we've taken all 3 of these agentic systems into Experian Assistant, and we're thrilled to share that with our clients and consumers so that we can all benefit from what we've done.
So you talked about the 3 different elements, and arguably, as you said, probably the most important one is when it comes to security and compliance. Talk to me a little bit more about that. With AI systems, increasingly reaching across various platforms, what are your best practices? What are some of the best practices for maintaining security and compliance?
Yeah, and my best advice here is do not take shortcuts. You cannot build systems and hoping to add on these components at the end. You have to start from the beginning. No matter it's dealing with your own system, dealing with your client system, you cannot take shortcuts. And here are a couple of ways that at Experian, how we've done to solve this problem. So we introduce features like verification, like intent alignment, and revocation controls. So first, when you're dealing with agents, you have to know where they come from, who built it, what are their credentials, and what do they intend to do. All that has to be checked up front. Otherwise, you can't let any of these agents in without the right set of credentials. Second, once you're in your ecosystem, you have to keep an eye on them. You have to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do and they're not doing what they're not supposed to do. And lastly, revocation controls. When at any point you find that they're not doing something they're supposed to, you need to have the ability to either shut them down or put them on pause so you can kind of have subsequent troubleshooting process to figure out what's really going on. So all these safeguards coming together and they work in cohesion, to empower the systems that we built at Experian. And as we deal with our clients' agents, which is going to happen inevitably in the near future, then we're also going to apply the same safeguards to them so that together we're all comfortable and we all feel safe using the solution.
How can AI be used to support greater equity and inclusion in the customer experience?
Equity inclusion is obviously very important, and Experian has championed this for many years. In fact, when we empowered 94% of our global workforce to be trained in AI use and data, we specifically included a portion where we educate them to design systems that are more inclusive and fair.
With generative AI evolving so rapidly, how is it being applied to spark innovation and tackle challenges like fraud prevention?
And that's a fantastic question. So I think we're taking a little bit of an offensive-defense approach here at Experian. So for GenAI, on the offensive, we're using it to accelerate innovation. So here's a couple of things that we've done to do so. First, we are using it to shorten model building time from what normally takes weeks to months to now days or even hours. Second, we've also empowered the non-technical people to get access to data and shorten their cycle to insights and product. And third, we use GenAI to enhance our credit decisioning model so that we can reach out to even more of our consumers in a more fair and inclusive way. Now, on the defensive side, we're fighting fire with fire. We all know that fraudsters use GenAI, so we have to do it as well. And we built machine learning tools internally to combat threats like identity theft and synthetic ID. Now, the problem is fraud is not one-dimensional. So we actually have to build a multi-layered defense system that integrates signals from behavior, from identity, and from context in order to package that all into one singular point of solution so our clients can use.
Jackie, thank you so much for joining us on Experian Exchange.
It's a pleasure.